Hello, InfoComm. I am David Maldo with Let's Do Video, here with the amazing Kelly Perkins, now with The Farm.
Now at the farm.
And we are back after, it's been like 30 years since we've been to an InfoComm show because of the pandemic.
Oh, God, it feels like it, right?
But everyone is back. You could, I think, through the microphones hear the noise of the show. You see people walking by the window. We are live at InfoComm, and it feels really good to be back.
It does feel so good to be back. This is the first time I've seen David since...
ISC?
ISC?
Oh
wow. Yeah, we flew, and you were on that scary flight.
Yes, the one that almost crashed. I'm never flying again. And then the world's like, okay, you could have a pandemic. You don't have to fly for 3 years.
Right.
So it was all my fault.
Totally your fault.
Yeah. But we are back, and so I kind of feel like that's the theme of the show. Everyone's saying the things that they usually say to me at these shows. You know, what do you like? What are you seeing at the booths? What trends? And tell me your thoughts. But in my mind, this is the Kumbaya show. This is, yay, we're back, we're hugging each other, we're still here.
Okay, so there are two cool things I've seen.
Okay,
at
good.
the show thus far. One of them is that QSC changed their kind of professional commercial AV division to QSYS.
Okay. So
it's a different business unit with a different name now, so that's a thing. And then my friend Christina with ClearTech launched, there's a group of us that launched an organization called SAVE, which is short for Sustainability in AV. And it's an initiative. It's completely independent, an independently owned nonprofit, a 501c3, and it's really to raise awareness of sustainability and help save our planet.
Now, I just happened to sit through a very professional, well-done presentation on SAVE. And I learned a lot, and I would like to talk about it with you because we definitely need this. Our industry does a lot of wonderful things. I mean, our industry I don't want to exaggerate, but it kind of feels like our industry kept the world together over the last 3 years. I mean, it really
I don't think that's exaggerating.
Yeah.
I think we really did.
I barely left my office, and I still conducted business. I still met with my friends. I still did everything, all through the power of AV. But we do a lot of bad things too. We throw away a lot of junk. We waste a lot of power. Everything that's bad happening to the world, we do some of those bad things.
Yeah, it's really sad. I started getting involved, and it really opened my eyes to what effect our industry has on electronic waste. It's crazy. So before we did the presentation earlier today at the Legrand booth, have you heard of the Sustainable Development Goals?
No. I think I might have saw something on your Twitter feed about SAVE in particular, but other than that, no, our industry just hasn't really cared about that. We've just been focusing on making good cameras and making good software, right, and making good microphones and getting the stuff to work well. And yeah, when you get a new microphone and you take your old one, and what do you do with it? It goes in a landfill somewhere, and there's metals in there and toxic stuff, and it all leaches into the environment.
It's super disgusting.
And none of that gets recycled. You had when you gave your presentation, you said, what percentage of electronics gets recycled? Is it 70%, 50%, or 20%? I'm like, it's probably like way less than 20%. And the answer was less than 20%.
Less than 20%. It's crazy. And
I would be surprised if it's 10%. I mean, I don't recycle any of my electronics. It sits on my shelf or it gets thrown out.
And then it gets shipped on a cargo ship to like third world countries, like Ghana and Nigeria, and it just sits there and makes everybody sick.
Yeah, you showed this picture of this looks like a big landfill in Ghana, and it was just, you couldn't see how big, miles and miles and miles. And when you looked in at it, it's not just normal garbage, it was all electronics. And that stuff, I mean, I love my electronics, but I wouldn't want to take the metals in there and put them in my food. It's toxic stuff.
The water the chemicals are seeping into the earth. It's disgusting.
What's in the battery of this laptop? It's wonderful. It's working, but I want it to stay in the battery. I don't want those lithium juices or whatever going into the food. It's bad.
Lithium juices.
I don't know. It's not good.
But yeah, so the Sustainable Development Goals are a list of 17 goals that have been put together by the UN. And I think it's 179 countries have signed an agreement to reach these 17 goals by the year 2030. I can't remember all of the 17 goals, but number 12, that is really relevant to our industry, talks about electronics. And everything that we everything that goes into our AV projects, it's an electronic.
Yeah.
So to create either a recycling program or some sort of, initiative within your company, it's really important, and it's something that we have to unite together to accomplish, because we can't do it alone.
This is on a smaller level. This is a problem that I've been experiencing, and actually, was it last month or 2 months ago? I was at Poly had an event at their new New York Experience Center.
Yeah. Oh, you went to that?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, cool.
I'll have to show you some pictures. They got this, shout out to Poly. They have this awesome new building right next to Madison Square Garden. So you're sitting,
awesome.
And they own the roof, so we're up on the roof. They had a guy with a guitar, and they had cocktails, and we're sitting out there looking at Madison Square Garden on the roof. But they showed us all their new cameras, they showed us all the new stuff, and it was all great. But I'm hanging out with a bunch of other analysts, people like me who work with these companies, and they had a wall full of cameras that they're going to send us. And we're all like, wow, this is great. We're going to be able to check out the new camera and do testing on it. But we're all like, oh my God, we're going to have another camera in our offices. And we're comparing notes. I'm like, how big is your wall of cameras? Do you still have them in the boxes? You have an entire room filled with them? Is your husband or wife yelling at you to get them out of the hallway? We're overloaded with them. And I've given cameras to all my friends. I've given microphones to all my friends. And I still have all this stuff. And I can't put it in the garbage. Because first of all, putting a $700 camera in the garbage, I just, it's value there.
I have a feeling there's a lot of integrators out there that would take them.
If you can set up a program that we can send you or someone this stuff, I can get you 100 analysts that will send you 30 cameras each.
For real?
Yes, we need to get rid of this stuff. We're miserable.
Oh,
Help us, save us.
Oh my gosh.
Is that what save is? Save is about saving my office space. I can't tell you the amount of. Every time these companies get a new camera, they send me one, and I love them and I appreciate it, but I just don't know what to do with the old ones. And every analyst has the same problem.
First world problems, eh?
First world problem. But it's, obviously you're talking about it on a much bigger scale. It's not just me and my 10 friends or, who have 30 cameras. It's schools, it's businesses, it's hospitals.
Well,
they
and
have this old gear.
A lot of this old gear is still relevant to certain organizations, right? Schools, for example, will take it, there's a lot of work from home people there. There's also a lot of learn from home people that could use some gear. Just because it's not the latest and greatest doesn't mean that it still doesn't work.
No, these are good cameras. These are good microphones. They're good mixers. All these things I have, that's why I can't throw them away. I can't throw away good stuff. Some kid might use it for school, but I don't know how to find these kids.
I can help you.
Oh, see,
I can help you.
So how do we learn more about SAVE? It's
saveav.org to get involved. Yeah, it's
SAVEAV.org.
Yep, saveav.org.
And it's spelled capital S, capital A, capital V, lowercase e. So Save.
Save. Yes.
Doesn't that sounds impressive? Save.
Save. Yeah, but we're actually putting together a program called Save a Second Life, where you can take older, outdated electronics, can't be crap, older electronics, and we're going to try and give it a second life. Christina DeBono, the founder of ClearTech and also the founder of Save, actually
awesome.
Has a storefront that she put on her business to run Save a Second Life out of. Actually, I need to figure out more details. I don't know all of them quite yet.
If she's got a post office box, I'm going to start sending her some stuff.
Right? But
is it that easy? Just mail her cameras?
I think so. I don't know all the details yet. I have to figure all that out. But I need to pick her brain on that. But yeah, so it's a really good program. We're putting together an actual certification program.
Nice.
So you can become SAVE certified, and that's really, I think a lot of people in the industry just don't know where to start.
Is that for vendors and integrators?
Yep.
Or okay.
Vendors and integrators, and it's just to really. It's to embrace the sustainable development goals of 2030, to create some sort of program within your organization, just show that you're doing something, right? So if you want to get involved and get SAVE certified or learn more about Save a Second Life or anything, go to saveav.org or contact me, contact Christina, or anyone else on the board, and yeah, it's super cool.
Well, one more thing about SAVE that I thought was interesting. I've been focusing on the electronics part of it because, my past, I used to be like an environmental lawyer, so I'm big on landfills and stuff like that, and I have all this gear I want to get rid of. But like you said, there were how many goals? 20 or something?
17.
17, and that's just one of them. And some of them are environmentally focused, global focused, but some of them were social goals.
Yep.
Some of them were, equality, that kind of stuff.
Yep, diversity, equality. It spans a lot of things, and I think it could potentially be overwhelming. But even if you pick like one or two to focus on, I mean, it makes a big difference in the grand scheme of things.
And that's something our industry has been much better about. When I first joined the industry, it was still pretty misogynistic, and it's a lot better.
It's improved.
So yeah, you walk around the trade show; it's a different trade show, and we're seeing a lot more women in C-level positions.
Yes, we are, which is awesome.
Which is awesome. Although it's interesting to me that I don't know whose fault this is or just the way it is. It seems like a lot of companies are like, oh, we should have a woman on the board. Let's get a CMO. Like,
yeah,
why
it's
are
all marketing people.
all
It's
the
marketing
CMOs are women?
marketing and HR.
Yeah, and I know there's some women who are amazing. I want to see some women CTOs
Yeah, that
and
would be awesome.
CEOs. There's only like one or two really powerful CEO women in this industry. Like as far as vendors are concerned.
Right.
We definitely need some more, but at least we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, small steps.
Small steps. So let me see. So we talked about Save. We talked about how this is the Kumbaya show, so we really don't have a lot of news and announcements and stuff. Okay, one other thing, just because it's funny.
Okay.
There's a company here called COVID. Is this mean? Should we talk about this? All right, you're a marketing person. If I hired you to be the CMO of COVID, what would be the first thing you would do?
I would hopefully make them change their name.
Right. I mean, I want to stop by the booth. I told you, I cracked you up the other day. I said, if I stop by the booth, I can't go to the booth because I'll be like, I'm sorry, but I only have one question. On the other hand, I get it because if they have COVID.com, they must be getting 1 million clicks a day
They do?
on that. They have COVID.com.
No way.
Yes. And you go there and you expect to see testing sites and whatever, and it's IP cables.
Really?
It's the funniest thing.
Okay, then maybe I wouldn't.
Yeah, maybe because it's hard to get a website that gets clicks a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta get like serious. Wow, I didn't know they had COVID. Okay, that's
not
cool.
even .org or anything. It's COVID.com. It's amazing.
That's really funny. Where are they? Do you know?
Yeah, down that way. You'll stop by later?
Yeah.
Let's check them out. So what else we got? Let's. Okay, yeah. One thing I noticed. I want to go. I want to complain a little bit, and this is a little tricky because I want to complain a little bit about Zoom, and Zoom is my best sponsor, one of my longest sponsors. Some of my best friends work at Zoom, but I got to be honest. Zoom has always been about happiness. When you go to the Zoom booth, it's happy, happy, happy. Their logo this year. Can I see it? Hold on. Zoom, how the world connects. That sounds like I know they're an established business. I know they're one of the biggest companies in the world now, but I think like Microsoft is how the world computes. I don't think of Zoom as like Microsoft. I don't think of Zoom as like wearing a tie and being stuff. I think of Zoom as
Zoom.
Happy, fun,
We're the
easy to use. How the world connects. They sound like a real business. I guess they are a real business now. They got to think. They're worth a gazillion dollars, and they're hiring people, and they're acquiring companies, and they're doing a lot of good stuff. And I guess they're just growing up.
It happens.
Yeah. I recently, and by the way, check out on the Let's Do Video YouTube channel, I recently did an evaluation of their new whiteboard feature, and I really liked it. I thought it was going to be like, yeah, you can make a circle and you can make a square and you could write stuff on it, but it's like integrated with their chat, and you could save projects and bring them into Zoom meetings, meeting after meeting. So you could really run your projects just on a whiteboard, and it's a perpetual, continual thing. I really dug that. So
That's awesome.
I gave him a little bit of a hard time, but I'm being nice. Kind of balanced it out.
I love it.
Not sure what else is new to talk about. I need to cruise some more booths, but
Yeah, I haven't even had a chance to do it. I've been like running around.
yeah, it's still my first morning of the show. I got here late last night, but we still have a few more days, and we'll do a recap afterwards. Anything else we should share? Anything else we need to talk about?
Not that I know of right now.
All right. Well, thank you for doing this with me. This was really fun. And I should make a comment about the hair because it's these headphones are exploding. It's not. I mean, it's ridiculous to begin with, but oh my God, I don't usually look like this. This is crazy. I'm gonna blame the headphones.
I think I can't even.
All right. So with that, thank you, Internet. We hope you enjoyed this, and please like and subscribe to letsdovideo.com, and we'll see you next trade show. Good. That was good.
Your hair is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.